How y'all doing once again, man? It's your boy L Dog back in the building. Larry Actions, man. Let's get into it, man. So Ghost, Power, Book of Ghost, Season 3, Episode 2. A lot of stuff is starting to come to light. A lot of stuff. Especially they cleared up one thing, especially after the cliffhanger from the first episode that Lauren's still alive. So they went into a flashback. Basically what ended up happening, because there was a lot of speculation going on. I was thinking Effie might be like a CI, just because how the fuck is Lauren still alive and it's Braid and Effie were there. So I'm thinking Jenny or somebody might have got to Effie or whatever, like, or something, or they might be working. I don't know, but this episode cleared that up at the very beginning. So the flashback basically shows when Effie Effie was on some other shit. So Effie put Lauren in the car and pushed the car into the fucking river or whatever, basically thinking Lauren was gonna drown and sink the whole car and all the whole shit. So there was a guy walking his dog in the park, and he noticed the car was afloat in the fucking water or whatever like that. And he called the authorities, naturally. You know, that's something uncommon. And they came and they fished her out. And at first she had memory loss, but the doctor told her that she would gradually get it back. And of course she did. So they go to the house. She's in protective custody or whatever from the FBI or federal, on some federal shit. So she wants to call her mom. She wants to talk to somebody because she wants to get back to her life. She said, "How long do I have to play dead?" You know what I'm saying? And she's telling Jenny everything. Like, I told you that Effie was behind it. Why the fuck won't you just go arrest her? And Jenny like, it's not that simple. I need more. I need more. Nobody saw Effie there when this shit happened. And then she brought Braden into it and all that there. And then all of a sudden, Jenny turned around and showed her a picture of Tariq. And, basically trying to get Lauren to incriminate Tariq and the whole shit. And this is gonna be a situation. When this shit hit the fan and Lauren sees that Tariq and Effie are together, there ain't no telling the repercussions of what Lauren's gonna say. And it's gonna all be emotionally based. For real. I mean, Reek got his work cut out for him. And it's gonna hit the fan. It's gonna hit the fan. Like, real shit. So, continuing right along. Of course, y'all know the whole situation with Noma. Okay, so Tariq, Braden, Effie, and Kane, they still proceed to move this weight so Noma won't kill him. So they can still supply Noma with the money that, she demanded. Braden has the idea to move the product, because it's a shitload of product, to move the product through his family's company, Weston Holdings, because all them privileged white kids that work there, they are drug addicts. They do that shit before the meetings, doing work after the meetings, and when they go party. And Braden, like, this is a golden opportunity to really make some money if we push this weight through there. Of course, Tariq against the whole shit. Tariq looking at Braden like, nigga, you stupid? There's no way we can do that. You just admitted to the world that you're a drug dealer. It's hot. You hot. It's too many risks. And of course, Tariq is against it. But I kind of get where Tariq coming from, but then I get where Braden coming from, because the amount of product that they can move with everybody that works there damn near being addicts and drug users. I mean, and they ain't no dummies. That they can make it work. But you know, like I said, I get both sides. It's risk involved. Uh, so what ends up happening? The plan actually ends up working. Okay, so Braden sets up a meeting with Tate, and Tariq was supposed to get an internship working for Tate, right? So Braden pays off Tate for him to reject Tariq's internship for working for him, which will push him to do an internship at Weston Holdings. So Tariq can get a first look of what's going on with the employees inside of Weston Holdings. And the plan worked. Tariq ended up setting up a room before a meeting, and those same guys were in there. And when he walked in, man, they were doing the drugs, snorting that shit right off the table. And that shit got Tariq wheels turning. And then after that, they went out and they had like a little meeting or whatever. They were hanging out in the club, and they were still in that. They were in that club doing the same shit that they were doing at work. I mean, high than a motherfucker. And they just figured, hey, you realize how much money? And then Braden was like, man, I'm already down. You already know. So they're gonna progress with this. They're gonna keep going with this. But before they do that, they got to get rid of the supplier that already works for Weston Holdings. It's a personal trainer guy named Nick. Nick is basically the supplier on the job. So they have to come up with a plan to get rid of him or push him to the side. So Reek and Braden are talking, and they like, oh, we're gonna need Kane. So when the time comes for the plan to take place, Kane's unavailable. Kane wrapped up in some other shit, which I'm finna get into next. They call Drew. So Drew just had a falling out, him and his boyfriend. Okay. His boyfriend got accepted. He was going to OKC. And he wanted Drew to be there at the send-off. But on the way there, when Drew was on the way to the send-off, Drew got jumped. Drew got jumped by this dude that worked for Guap. And as y'all all know, in the last season, Drew killed Guap. And I mean, he knocked Drew out. He said, man, you think I forgot what you did to Guap? You think I forgot what you did to Guap, nigga? And man, knocked Drew ass out, turned him over, spray painted on him, spit in his face. I mean, he beat the shit out of Drew. And that's why Drew couldn't make it to the send-off. So when Drew got to the airport or whatever, he knew that his boyfriend would be coming to the airport because that's when he leaving. That's how you go into OKC. So Drew trying to reconcile and explain what happened and why he couldn't make it. And I'm like, man, do you not see this nigga face? Do you not see this dude face? I mean, for real, do you not see his face? Dude look like he been in the fight with Creed. Like, I mean, Drew got messed up. Drew got messed up. Like, it was a problem. Drew got messed up. But then Drew's boyfriend wanted nothing to do with him. And that set him off. And right when that happened, he got that text from Tariq talking about, we can't get in touch with Kane so we can go ahead with this plan. So we need you. So that emotional trauma on top of what he has to do, man. So Drew followed Nick, and Nick was on the side of the street, And he was waiting on this truck to go by. And right before the truck came by, Drew pushed this motherfucker in the street. The truck ran his ass over. And Drew just walked off. That's some cold ass shit. I was like, whoa. Wow. Like, Drew really on some other shit. But, which leads me to, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of animosity between Kane and Lorenzo. Kane's ready to take over the family business. Renzo says, you're not ready. Renzo wants Drew to take over. Talking about he's ready. And Kane like, Drew's distracted. Drew's distracted with his boyfriend. And he ain't fucking ready. And which I don't understand why Lorenzo would think that Kane's not ready. Kane been ready for this shit. He been ready. So it's a lot of animosity. A lot of animosity. It's like Renzo like, no, we're not doing it. And, you know, Kane telling Renzo, his dad, Kane telling Renzo about, hey, we got a new plan to move this weight. And then Renzo like, no, I'm not fucking with no new plug. Anything dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? You want to make shit right? Go find who killed Zeke. And we all know that Lorenzo is the one that actually killed Zeke. So, you know. But this backfired. This really backfired. You can't think that Kane is a dummy. When it comes to getting information in the street, Kane know what the fuck to do. Whatever is necessary. Whatever is necessary. So it came down to an interrogation. He got the pilot and he got the other guy. I guess he probably was the co-pilot. This motherfucker had them tied up to a chair, and this motherfucker had a blowtorch. I'm talking about the dude had his hands tied behind his back, the chair, and man, Kane is burning this dude's hands for information. Like, it's crazy. They are writhing in pain, and all of a sudden he was like, you know, it was a bald-headed guy with a jacket on with zippers and a big collar and all that, and he just started putting two and two together. He just started connecting the dots. This shit backfired on Lorenzo. It really did. It really did. So, of course, there was a box with Zeke's belongings in it. So, they end up bringing the guy in that jumped Drew. Kane did. And Lorenzo, Kane, and Monet are there in the club. They brought him to the club. Well, Kane brought him to the club. And, you know, they got him tied up. He was like, man, I told you I don't know shit. I don't know shit about, you know, that. I ain't had nothing to do with that, with Zeke getting killed or whatever like that. And, you know, Lorenzo like, yeah, that motherfucker, you know, whatever. You know, you say anything to save your own ass. But the reason he said that is because when Kane brought up that ring that Mecca, I think it was Mecca or some shit Mecca had gave Zeke. And that was the shit because Kane knew that Zeke never wore that fucking ring. And Monet, he showed it to Monet, and Monet was like, motherfucker. And Monet shot his ass and killed that dude. So Monet, you know, dude body on the ground, Monet like, man, y'all clean this shit up. So, as they dragging the body to the truck, they put him in the back of the truck, they finna get rid of the body. Kane come forth and he confront Lorenzo, said, you know, I know that you killed Kane, I know that you killed Zeke. And it's like the backfire. You could not have thought that your son be making moves in these streets. That's not. You got to be a stupid motherfucker to think Kane ain't gonna go out there and get the information that he need. The boy's a bloodhound. He gonna make it do what it do. And he basically told him. At first, Lorenzo tried to throw him off. But Kane like, nah, Pops. I see everything clearly. You know, dude talking about it was a tail light out. And then he mentioned, you got that tail light fixed, huh? It was, and then he told him, he said, well, regardless of what's going on, you work for me now. I own your ass. Now I'm gonna let you. Now you need to get to work and you need to move this weight, or maybe I just run it by Monet. What really happened to Zeke? Like, damn. This season gonna be crazy as hell. It's a lot of shit that's gonna take place in this season. And then the whole shit with Sack. Sack still playing both sides, trying to, he got his own agenda. He trying to play the side with Jenny and play Davis, but he trying to play against Davis because Davis got that connection, or that with the Tejadas. You know what I'm saying? And Jenny is trying to build a case against Tariq and the Tejadas, basically building a RICO case to form a task force to take down Tariq and the Tejadas. I'm telling you, Sack should have been dead. Sack should have been dead 3 seasons ago. Real talk. Sax is a motherfucker. And I'm telling you something else. Jenny gonna come up missing. Jenny is gonna come up missing. And there was also a scene where Tariq, Braden, and Effie, they were talking about, the internship. And Tariq left the room. And Braden was like, look, we gotta fucking tell Tariq about Lauren. And Effie like, fuck that. We taking that shit to the grave, my dude. When they find out that Lauren's alive, I think Braden gonna break first. Cause Braden is like family to Tariq. Braden's gonna tell Tariq about what happened. And that's gonna cause the friction between Effie and Tariq. But then it might cause a lot of friction between Braden and Tariq too. When they find out that she's still alive, it's gonna be a fucking problem. It's gonna be a fiasco. Mark my words. It's gonna be a fiasco. We're probably gonna see a lot of shootings and bodies dropping this season. Real shit. But man, I know I was kind of all over the place. I meant to drop this review yesterday, but your boy been a little under the weather, so just bear with me. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. What y'all think gonna happen in the next episode, and make sure y'all like and subscribe. God bless the Fed. Whoa.